Hello students, this is Raj sir. Today you have your first maths class with me. We'll be starting with squares and square root. This is the first chapter. Even your school have started this chapter. It's a very important and basic chapter which will help you throughout the subject. We'll try to go as slow as possible so you understand very clearly. You are free to ask me doubts on WhatsApp. So without wasting time, let's start with the chapter. Okay, I want you to keep your textbooks open in front of you. Whatever I write here, you must copy in a separate notebook. You have to maintain two notebooks, one for your classwork and another book for your homework. Okay, whatever I teach you in class, right now it is in videos, that you must copy in the classwork book. Okay, and the homework which I give you separately, I'll send all the homework in the group. That homework will be maintained in a separate book. Okay, so maintain two books. Always keep your books neat and tidy. Solve each and every sum properly, because those notes will help you for revision later. As I said, now keep your textbooks handy. We'll be doing the chapter squares and square roots. Okay, now see, you all know, most of you know what are squares. So still, to give you a revision, squares means when we multiply the number with itself. Okay, multiplying the number with itself gives us the square of that number. So for example, I have 5 into 5. When I multiply 5 with 5, I get a number 25. So 25 is a square of 5. Correct? Another example here is 21. When I multiply 21 with itself, okay, I will get, what is the square of 21? It's 441. Okay, so 441 is a square of 21. Square means multiplying the number with itself. Okay, next, what is, now we understood what are squares. Now let's understand what are square roots. Okay, square root, first of all, the sign of square root is this. This is the sign of square root. Whichever number you want to find the square root of is written inside this sign. So that means, let's say I want to find the square root of 25. So I'll write 25 here inside this sign. So this sign means square root of which number? The number which is written here inside. So this means I want to find the square root of 25. So the answer, square root of 25. Square root of 25 means they are asking you that 25 is a square of which number? What does square root means? See, in simple words, if I tell you what the square root means. So square root means the given number is a square of which number? They are asking you, square root means they are asking you that the given number is a square of which number? So here 25 is a square of which number? So just now we wrote 25 is a square of 5. When you multiply 5 with itself, you get 25. So square root of 25 is 5. Okay, but now this was an easy number, a small number 25, which you already knew. So to find the square root was easy. But what if I give you a big number? Like here I have 441. Okay, if I give you, find the square root of 441. If I ask you, find the square root of 441. So some of you might know the square root of 441 is 21. Okay, but most of you may not know. So how can you find the square root of a number which is big? It can be even bigger. For example, I can even ask you to find the square root of an even larger number. that is, for example, 9604. It is an even bigger number, a 4-digit number. So in this chapter, we are going to study new ways, okay, new ways on how to find the square root of a number. Okay, the first and the most effective method to find the square root of a number is called as prime factorization. Okay, so the first method which we will study is prime factorization. Prime factorization. Now, what is prime factorization? So, see, prime factorization has two words in them, prime factors. What are prime factors? Prime factors are when you split a number, okay, when you break a number, each 3-digit, 4-digit, 2-digit, 5-digit number is made up of smaller prime numbers. Those smaller prime numbers are called as prime factors. For example, let's say I have a number 21. I'm taking similar numbers so that it becomes easier for you to understand. What are prime factors? If I break this 21, okay, 21 is 7 into 3. I cannot break 7 further and I cannot break 3 further. Why? Because 7 is a prime number and 3 is also a prime number. I hope you know what is prime number. If not, I'll give you a quick revision. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers are something which have only two factors. Okay, which have only two factors. That is, let's say 7 is a prime number, which means 7 comes in the table of only two numbers. That first is 1. 7 is divisible by 1 and 7 is divisible by 7 itself. So that means 7 is a prime number because it is divisible by 1 and 7. No other number can divide 7, okay, without giving a decimal value. For example, you can say that I can divide 7 by 2, but you will get the answer as 3.5. That is a decimal value, so we do not consider decimal value. It should be exactly, perfectly divisible. Okay, so I cannot divide 7 by any number except 1 and 7. So that is why 7 is a prime number. So any number which has only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself, that number is called as the prime number. Let's take other examples. So let's take 11. So 11 can be divided by 1. Can I divide 11 by 2? No. 3? Not possible. 4? Not possible. 7, 8, 9, 10. Any number cannot divide 11. So 11 will be divisible by 11 only. So there are only two factors of 11, and that is why 11 is a prime number. Okay. Let's take a non-prime number. Non-prime number. So let's take the number 22. Okay. Now 22 is divisible by 1. 22 is divisible by 22 itself. Okay. But there are other numbers also which can divide 22. Like which numbers? Think of a number which can divide 22. I have two numbers with me which can divide 22 perfectly. Those two numbers are, let's say I divide 22 by 2. So 2 ones are 2, 1, 1. So it is perfectly divisible. That means 22 is also divisible by 2. Now I can also divide 22 by 11. You see, in the table of 11 you get 22. How? 11 ones are 11 twos are 22. Okay, so that means I'll put a hashtag here, 11. So I got, so for 22, 1 is divisible by 22, 2 is divisible by 22, 11 is also divisible, and 22 is also divisible. There are 4 prime factors, 4 factors of 22, not prime factors, I would say 4 factors of 22. So this is not a prime number. What is a prime number which has only 2 factors? Okay, this was a basic introduction of prime numbers. Although in this chapter we are not going to study to identify prime numbers, but this was done in your lower standards like 6th and 7th standard. You have studied what are prime numbers. This was a quick revision for you. Now let's come back to our topic, that was prime factorization. Okay, let's try to solve a sum using the prime factorization method. And what is this method for? You must always remember the purpose of using a method. We are using prime factorization to find square root. Okay, we are doing prime factorization to find square root. Here I have written a question for you. Find the square root using prime factorization method. Square root is, the number is 2904. Okay. I'll take one more number, a smaller number for you. We'll solve two sums here. Okay. So this sum six. So we'll solve these two sums. First we'll solve the smaller one. So the smaller value, that number is 196. Now how to do prime factorization? Let's understand. See, first you write the number 196. Draw a straight line on the left side of the number. Okay. Then see, prime factors. Always remember there is a sequence in which you will use the numbers. The first number which you must try is 2. Next 3. All the prime numbers, you must try the prime numbers. I'll give you a list of prime numbers here. 2, 3, the next prime number is 5, then 7. After 7, 8, 9, 10 are not prime numbers. 11 is a prime number. Then 13 is a prime number, and so on. Okay. So first you should try with 2. So can you tell me that 196 is divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2. Why? Because 196 is an even number. All the even numbers are divisible by 2. So first I'll take the number 2. Then draw a line here. Divide 2 with 196. Okay. 196 by 2. How you divide 196 by 2? We can do it directly here. Like this is a normal division. When you divide 196 with 2. So 2 9s are 18. 9 minus 8 is 1. The 16 will come down. So 2 8s are 16. You get remainder 0. So what is the quotient here? 98. But every time you cannot do this division. You have to learn how to solve directly, how to make divisions here itself. So how to do it? So 2. Here I'll divide. So near 19, which is the nearest factor of 2. 2 9s are 18. Correct? So I'll write here 2 9s are 18. I have 18. But here the number is 19. So 1 will remain here. Okay. Then the number is 16. So 2 8s are 16. Okay. If you are finding it difficult, initially you can use this method. And the quotient has to be written here. Okay. But I want you to learn something which is easier and which will reduce your calculation time. So I want you to learn to solve directly. So you can do this also, where your answer is 98. So 98 will come here. Okay. Which means that we divided 2 by 196 and we got the answer 98. Now 98 is further divisible by 2. Okay. See, 98 is further divisible by 2. I'll write here 2 again. Okay. Now I'll divide 2 with 98. So 2 4s are 8. 2 4s I'll get 8. But here the number is 9. Means 1 is remaining. So 2, what is number? 18. So 2 9s are 18. Like if you divide 98 with 2, you get 2 4s are 8. 18. 2 9s are 18. So I got 49. Okay, so this is done. Now, is 49 divisible by 2? No, it is not. It is an odd number. Is 49 divisible by 3? No. How can you check whether a number is divisible by 3 or not? There is a trick to it. What is the trick? Add the number. 4 plus 9. See, what is 4 plus 9? 4 plus 9 is 13. Is 13 divisible by 3? No. So, this number is also not divisible by 3. This is a trick. Any number, you can check with any number. For example, if I give you a bigger number, let's say 441. If whether you want to know, is this number divisible by 3? So what can you do? Just add the numbers. Add the digits. So 4 plus 4 plus 1. What is 4 plus 4 plus 1? It is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So this number is also divisible by 3. Okay. This is a trick you can keep in mind. Note it down if you want. Now I have 49. So 3 is not divisible by 49. 5 is also not divisible. Then 7. Yes. 7 is divisible by 49. So I'll write here 7. 7 sevens are, see, 49. 7 sevens are 49. Exactly divisible. 7 sevens are 49. And then this 7 is again divisible by 7 itself. So 7 ones are 7. Okay. You have to solve till you get 1 in the end. Okay. You cannot stop here because 7 can be divisible by 7 itself. So 7 ones are 7. I stop after doing this. Okay. So we have completed prime factorization. Okay. Now how to use this prime factorization to find the square root? So firstly, these are my prime factors. These, the numbers which I get here, are my prime factors. So I will write that 196 is nothing but 2277. So 196 is 2 into 2 into 7 into 7. Because when you multiply all four numbers, you will get 196. Okay. Now we have to find the square root. So what we do, we take pairs. Okay. The number, we take pairs of two numbers. Like here there is, here 1, 2, another 2. So there is a pair of 2. Here there is 7 and 7 here. So there is a pair of 7. Okay. So if I want to know that this number, what is the square root of this number? Okay. What I'll do, for this pair of 2, I'll take 1, 2 below. Whenever you get a pair, only take one number down. Then here there is a pair of 7. So I'll take 1, 7 down. Okay. Whenever you have a pair, only take one number. Yeah, here we have a pair of 2. I'll take 1, 2 down. So 2 into 7 is how much? 14. So my answer is 14. That means this 196 is a square of 14. Okay. So I can write it like this also, that 196, square root of 196 is 14. Understood? I hope you have understood. Because as you keep, you will solve more and more sums, you'll understand, your concepts will get cleared. Okay. We'll try to go as slow as possible and I'll explain you each and every step. So the next sum, the second sum which I took was 2904. Let's solve for this sum. Okay. Okay, I gave you that you have to start with 2, then 3, check 5, then 7, like this, all the prime numbers. You have to start with the prime numbers. So let's start. Let's start with 2. So 2 ones are 2, then 2 fours are 8. Okay, but there is 9 here, so 1 will get carried over. Okay, so this third number becomes 10. See how I did? 2 ones are 2. Then 2 fours are 8, but there is 9 here, so 1 got carried over here. Okay, 2 fours are, I'll find the maximum number which is closest to 9. Closest to 9 is 8. So 2 fours are 8. So 1 is remaining here. So 1, 0 becomes 10. Now 2 fives are 10. Okay, and then I have 4 remaining, so 2 2s are 4. Okay, see, 2 1s are 2, then 2 4s are 8, so 1 was remaining, so this became 10. Now 2 5s are 10, this is done. Now 2 2s are 4. This is how you divide. Now next, again do it with 2. So 2, see, this 1 is a smaller number, smaller than 2, so I take 2 numbers together. Okay, so 2 7s are 14. Correct. Whenever the first number is smaller than this, you cannot take a divisible, so you take first 2 numbers together. So 2 7s are 14. Done. Then for 5, I'll take 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4. So here there is 5, means 1 is remaining. Okay, 2 2s are 4. But there is 5 here, which is 1 greater. So 1 is remaining. So this becomes 12. Last number. So 2 6 are 12. Okay, see. When you divide by 2, 2 7s are 14. Okay, what is remaining? 5, 2. 2 2s are 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 will come down. Then 2 6 are 12. Okay, this is how I got 726 here. Now again it is, see, until it is divisible by 2, you have to keep doing it. Okay, once it is not divisible by 2, then you should come to 3 5 7, the next number. Okay, so here still it is an even number. I know it is divisible by 2, so I'll write here 2. 2 3s are 6. Okay, so 1 will remain because there is 7 here. 12. So 2 6 are 12. First I did 2 3s are 6. 1 was remaining, carry forward here. Then 2 6 are 12. And how will I get 6? 2 3s are 6. So this is done. Now 363 is not divisible by 2. Okay, so I'll come to the next number. Next prime number is 3. So I'll try with 3 now. So I have told you, before trying, you can just add the numbers and see whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So see, 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. And 12 is divisible by 3. So I'll write here 3. 3 1s are 3. See, 3 1s are 3. Okay, 3 2s are 6. Okay, 3 2s are 6. Then 3 1s are 3 again. Okay, this is done. Now next, this number now 121 is not divisible by 3. See, 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, total is 4. 4 is not divisible by 3. Okay, so I cannot use 3. This number is obviously not divisible by 5. Okay, this number is not divisible by 7 also. Okay, you can try here if you want. For 7, it's 7 1s are 7. 12 minus 7 is 5, 51. 7 7s are 49. Remainder is 2. If you get a remainder, that means this number is not divisible by 7. Okay, so 121 is divisible by which number now? 121 is a familiar number. Okay, 121 is divisible by 11. Okay, so 11 11s are 121. 11 1s are 11. So this 12 1 will get carry forward, and then 11 1s are 11. Okay, because 121 is a square of 11. Okay, those who know can do directly. Now this is 11, and now one more step is left. 11 1s are 11. I have told you we have to do it until we reach 1 here. Okay, now I have got the prime factors. Okay, I have purposely taken this sum because there is some discrepancy here. See, there is the answers which you are getting are something different. So let's see what is the change in this sum. So this is my answer here. Okay, I'll continue. So once I did this prime factorization, I got 2 2 2 3 11 11. So I have written these numbers here: 2 2 2 3 11 11. Okay, Now I've told you to find the pairs because I have to find the square root of this number. Okay, I'll find pairs. So I can see here 2 and 2. Always the pair should be of two numbers, not 3, 4, 5. Two numbers. So here there is a pair of 2. Okay. Then here there is a pair of 11. Okay. Here if you see, one number is 2 and one is 3. They are not forming a pair. Not in pair. Okay. If any time you get a number which is not having a pair, that means this question 2094, okay, is not a perfect square. Is not a perfect square means what? That this 2904 is not a square of any number. They purposely gave us this question to figure out, to try, and sometimes you may also get that the number is not a perfect square. Okay, see, not all the numbers are perfect square. For example, yes, 25 is a perfect square of 5, but 26 is not a perfect square of any number. Okay, 25 is a perfect square, 26 is not a perfect square. So in the question, I purposely gave this question to you because in exam they will give you a number and they may ask you whether 2904 is a perfect square or not. Okay, so we have to do the prime factorization. We'll write the factors like this and we'll make pairs. If we are able to make all numbers in pairs, then it is a perfect square. But if we are not able to make pairs, like in this case, we got 2 and 3 alone. They don't have any pair with them. Okay, see, this 2 is alone, this 3 is also alone. They don't have a pair with them. So if they are not in pairs, that means they are not a perfect square. Okay. Now let's take a number which is a perfect square. Let's take 625. Okay, in the question they are asking me whether 625 is a perfect square or no. If they ask me like this, what will I do? Again, I will do the prime factorization with 625. Okay, 625 is not divisible by 2, so I cannot start with 2. 625 is not even divisible by 3. Okay, 625 is not divisible by 3 also. You can check this. Like I've given you a trick, add the numbers. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13 and 13 is not divisible by 3. So this is not even divisible by 3. Let's start with 5. Okay, so 5 ones are 5. So this 6 will give 1 carry over. 5 twos are 10. So 12 minus 10 is 2 carry. So 25. So 5 5s are 25. Okay, when you divide 625 with 5. So 5 ones are 5, 12, 5 twos are 10, 25, 5 5s are. Now next, again I'll try with 5. So 5 2s are 10. Okay, so 2 is remaining. This will become 25. So 5 5s are 25. Further, 5 5s are 25 and 5 1s are 5. I have prime factorized it completely. Okay, now let's write the prime factors. 625 can be written as now 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. See, 1 2 3 4 numbers. Now let's make pairs. So this 5 and this 5 are making a pair. This 5 and this 5 are making a pair. Okay, so if pairs are complete, all numbers are included in pairs. So that means 625 is a perfect square. Okay, see, whenever you want to copy these sums in your notebook, you can pause the video, copy it down properly. Okay, I'll keep solving it in a flow, but you can pause the video at any time. You can even rewind the video if you have missed a concept or missed a calculation. Rewind the video, watch it again. Okay, see, YouTube gives us this flexibility of rewinding the video, so make use of it. Now 625 is a perfect square. Okay, so my question is done. If they ask me 625 is a square of which number, 625 is a square of which number, so I've given you a method. I have 5 into 5. I made pairs like this. Okay, I've told you, whenever pairs are made, from one pair you take only one number. So you take 5 from here. From this pair you will take another 5, and 5 into 5 is 25. That means 625 is a square of 25. 625 is a square of 25. Okay, or you can say in this words also, that square root of 625 is 25. Understood? Square root of 625 is 25. So now we have done two topics here. Okay, which two topics? First, I explained you that how to find square roots. Okay, and then we came to know that whether a number is a perfect square or not. If the number is making pairs, it is a perfect square. If it is not making pairs, if there is another number, for example, if there is here 4, or let's say no, not 4, let's say 7. There is an individual number 7 here, which is not forming a pair with any number. So that means this number is not a perfect square. Okay, only when you have the numbers in pairs, then we can say that the number is a perfect square. Okay. Now you have understood the basics of the chapter. We can start solving the sums from the exercise. So keep your textbooks open. I'll tell you which sum am I solving here. So we are starting with exercise 3.1, question number 9. I'm directly doing question number 9 because in your school also many sums, a large part of your exercise will get cancelled. You will have only a few sums. So I know mostly which sums come every year from the exercise. So this is the most important sum. So there are few sums like question number 9, question number 16, 17. These sums will come in your exam. So we'll first do these sums. Okay. If there is any marking given in school about which sums will come, so you can keep updated me by sending me a message. You can send me a message on WhatsApp and update me if school gives any worksheet or any syllabus. Keep us updated in the group or in the personal message. Okay. Now let's do question number 9. Now what is the question? You can read it yourself. Using prime factorization, find out which of the following is not a perfect square. I'll write the keyword here. Which of the following is not a perfect square? They are asking me. Now the first number which they have given is 1375. This is the first sum. Let's check whether this is a perfect square or not. How to check? Doing prime factorization. So this number is an odd number, so it is definitely not divisible by 2. Let's check for 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. The sum of the digits is 16, and 16 is not divisible by 3. So this number is not even divisible by 3. So I'll have to start with 5. Because if the last number is 0 or the last number is 5, then it is definitely divisible by 5. So let's start with 5. 5 2s are 10. So 10, 13, 3 will get carried over. So 37. I can write 5 7s are 35. So 37 minus 35 is 2. So 2 will get carried over here. Okay, 25. So 5 5s are 25. Further I'll do with 5. Now I have to take two numbers. 5 5s are 25. So 2 will get carried. And 5 5s are another 25. Okay. Again I can divide with 5. 5 1s are 5. 5 1s are 5. Okay. See, if you are getting this division, you're finding the division difficult, you can do it here on your own. This traditional method of division. Okay. Like this, you can divide the number. Like 5 2s are 10, then 37. 5 7s are 35. You can do like this. Okay. And you can write this number here. Not an issue. Now I have 11. Okay. 11 is divisible by 11 itself. So 11 1s are 11. Okay. It is always like this. 5 into 275 is 1375. 5 into 55 is this. 5 into 11 is 55. 11 into 1 is 11. Now I got 1. So my prime factorization is done. I'll write the prime factors here. 5, 5, 5, 11. So I'll write here 5 into 5 into 5 into 11. Okay. Now here, this 5 and 5 are in pairs. But this 5 and this 11 are not in pairs. If they are not in pairs, I can write that 1375 is not a perfect square. Okay. Each and every number should be in pairs. This 5 and this 11 are not in pairs. So I can write 1375 is not a perfect square. Okay. This was the first question. Now the second question is 625. Okay. We had already done this 625 number. Okay. And we had found that it is a perfect square. Just 5 minutes ago we did this sum and we found that it is a perfect square. Okay, so let's do the third one. Sub question 3. Question number 9. The question is 1024. Okay, so let's do 1024. First, prime factorization of 1024. I'll start with 2. So first 2 5s are 10. Okay, 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4. Okay, 2 2s are 4. 1 will get carried, 11. So 2 5s are 10. 1 will come here, 2 6s are 12. Further, again with 2 1s are 2. 2 2s are 4. So 1 will get carried because there is 5 here. 5 minus 4 is 1. 16. 2 8s are 16. Further, 2. I'll take first two numbers because the first number is very small. So first two numbers, 2 6s are 12. Then there is 8. So 2 4s are 8. I'll keep doing it until it is divisible by 2. Okay. So 2 3s are 6. 2 3s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. Let's do it further. 2 1s are 2. So 1 will get carried because there is 3 here. 2 1s are 2. So 1 comes here. 12. So this 2 6s are 12. 2 8s are 16. Okay. 2 8s are 16. 2 4s are 8. 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4 and 2 1s are 2. So in this question you see no other prime factor was used. We got only 2. That is okay. It may happen sometimes that you have only 2. Okay. So basically we have found all the prime factors now. Let's write all the prime factors here. So 1024 is equals to, I'll count the number of 2's. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I got 10 2's. So I'll write here. Now I'll make pairs. So first 2 are making pair. next 2, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th. So all the numbers are making pair. You see there are 10 numbers and there are 5 pairs. Because all of them are 2, they are easily making pairs. That means if they are making pairs, if there is no number which is left out, there is no number which is left out, all the numbers are included in pairs. See, all the numbers are included in pairs, no number is left out. That means this 1024 is a perfect square. Okay, and I can even find it is a square of which number. For extra, I am doing extra. This is not asked in the question, but for extra, that if they ask me 1024 is a square of which number. Okay, so how will I do it? I have told you, take one number from the pair. So from this 2 and 2, I'll take 1, 2. From this 2, I'll take another 2. From here, I'll take another 2. See, from 1, 2, 3 here I took. Then from here another 2. And from this pair, one more 2. So let's multiply them. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 into 2 is 16. 16 into 2 is 32. So the answer here is 32. That means 1024 is a square of 32. Okay, it is a perfect square and is a perfect square of which number? The number is 32. Okay. I hope you have understood the sum properly. I will advise you that if you are getting confused or there is some thing which you did not understand, then I will tell you to rewind the video once again, watch it again. So now in question number 9, we have done the first, second and the third question. Okay. The fourth question is in the question number 9, the fourth question is 729. Okay. The fourth question, D, is 729. I want you to try this sum for homework. Okay, prime factorize 729 for me. Okay, prime factorize 729, and I'll give you a hint also. So this division, it is not divisible by 2 because it is an odd number. That is very explicit from here. But I'll give you a hint that you have to start dividing by 3. Okay, make a line like this, do all the divisions, and next time I'll solve this sum. You can check it with the sum which you have done for homework. Okay, that's it for today's lecture. Thank you.